Your January tarot reading is ready. I'm Eleanor and welcome to Pink Pearl Tarot. I have your main themes, your week-to-week forecast, career and finance, and then love. So your main themes come in the form of a fairy blessing, and you have a blessing of fairy magic and a synchronistic symbol, and you have Pan. So together this says that this is a great time for play, spontaneity, or a little mischief perhaps. You might find lots of opportunities to expand your ideas of what you think is possible, what you think you're capable of, or even what inspires you. The energy is great for experimentation, for nature, for grounding, for getting in touch with your divinity through a spiritual practice. Anything that helps you soften your death grip on the reins of life. Yes, it's important to stay in the driver's seat, but there's no need to always be white knuckling it through life. Some things can be effortless. Some things can be fun. So allow life to surprise you this month. So week 1, you have the 6 of Cups with the Knight of Cups. So you could be rekindling something with something or someone from your past. And this week feels like a return to simpler times and that softness that I was talking about with your themes. So this Knight of Cups, it could be you on an emotional journey back to basics, back to the version of yourself that still believed in magic, that saw the goodness in people, that saw the potential in humanity, that was quicker to laugh, that said, I love you without hesitation. Like I said, though, for some of you, this feeling could be evoked by coming into contact with a person from your past, possibly romantic, but not necessarily. It could be inspired by a desire to recapture that for yourself and actually going out and looking for it and surrounding yourself with it for positive confirmation bias. And you might pick up an art form that you abandoned a long time ago as life got more and more serious. Maybe you pick up that old tarot deck, microphone, paintbrush. Yes, the Knight of Cups is romantic, but it's also an artistic and poetic energy that expresses love for beauty anywhere that it can be found, whether that is in another human being, whether it's in nature, feelings, whatever. So week 2, you have the 7 of Cups reversed with the 8 of Pentacles reversed. This is showing something coming into your life or you choosing to pursue something completely and totally new and unfamiliar, almost at random. It feels kind of random. It's like closing your eyes and spinning around and slamming your finger on a map and saying, I'm going there. I mean, it doesn't have to be travel. That's just like an illustration, but it could be somewhere new in your community. It could be a class, a hobby, submitting a resume to something that you don't have any specific experience in but sounds awesome. The point, whatever the thing actually is to either get into foreigner or beginner mind. And there's also some beginner's luck here for some of you. Now for some, it might not be random at all, but something that you've only ever imagined yourself doing but have never actually gotten your hands dirty with. And it hits you this week that mastery is not the only reason to do something, nor is the potential for monetization. It's all about doing it for its own sake, for expressing yourselves, or just living a life where you haven't left anything on the table. And I can see you doing only the fun parts. Just learning your favorite song on the piano, but not boring yourself with scales because it's for you to enjoy and nothing else. It's a great time to delve into your curiosities and shift your focus to new experiences because there are plenty of stones left unturned. Find something that forces you off of autopilot so that you can be present with it, that does not encourage you to zone out. So week 3, you have the 10 of Cups with the 3 of Swords. If these energies were a flavor, it would be, I guess, salted caramel. These are the 2 most direct opposite cards in the deck that I can think of, bliss and grief. Obviously, one we have decided is good, the other we have decided sucks. And I don't mean to make it sound like I don't share that judgment. Grief sucks. And neither exists without the other. Each one completely loses meaning without the other. If nothing could ever go wrong, if there were no such things as painful consequences or endings, what would be so exciting about taking a risk? What would feel so good about things working out? There's also a reminder here that neither one is permanent. I kind of see you like a lotus flower blossoming up out of the mud, since that 10 of Cups is on top of the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords to me represents the way past pain affects us in the present moment, not a predictor of bad things to happen. So this might be a supportive time to explore how past pain is affecting your current ability to connect to joy and purpose. And I never let the Three of Swords pass my table without the gentle suggestion that a professional might be of assistance. So week 4, you have the Five of Wands with the Queen of Cups. Okay, so self-care is a hugely overlooked factor when it comes to gaining competitive advantage. So is emotional regulation. I think we see like the Nike commercials or whatever, and we see people sweating their asses off, running hundreds of miles, or messages from hustle culture about grinding all night, basically burning oneself out, thinking it's going to give them a leg up. And the ones that rise above the rest are the ones that don't just push themselves to the limits, but also rest and repair, nourish properly, and all that stuff. I think we sometimes get that confused with going easy on oneself or being lazy. I mean, it reminds me of something I just read. It says, like, you can't hate yourself into being a version of yourself that you will love. Or maybe like you can't punish yourself into being a version of yourself that you will love. And that's kind of an extreme version of what these cards are showing. Yes, hard work. Yes, work hard. And play hard. Rest hard. But the emotional element is critical here. Being able to manage strong emotions is what helps you maintain focus when things get challenging. So this is talking about your composure in the face of potential setbacks. Anytime it's the Five of Wands, objectively, the setbacks are minor. But the thing is, if someone is totally emotionally depleted and hasn't been taking care of their mental health, the bar for what is perceived as minor or major can shift dramatically. So career and finance, you have the Nine of Wands reversed with the Ace of Wands reversed. It looks like many of you really, really, really hardcore need a break to recharge your batteries, because I see professional burnout very clearly here. I can see people saying just like, I can't take it anymore, I'm done, like, and just throwing their hands up. In these two cards, it doesn't say exactly what to do, and that would vary from person to person anyway, but somehow, whatever works for you, get to the root of existing or pending burnout, because it's important to get ahead of it, because once it's in full swing, you don't have the energy, and it can sabotage jobs or contracts or professional relationships, all that stuff. So people might not have the energy to find another job before just throwing up their hands and spontaneously walking out on the last one, because they were unaware and weren't proactive, and that's how bridges get burned. So that is their professional advice for you in January. So for love, you have the King of Wands reversed with Judgment reversed. It looks like many of you, whatever or whoever you are dealing with in your romantic life, lack of confidence is holding everything back. This connection on your mind, whatever stage it might be in for your unique situation, is just waiting with bated breath, holding breath to advance to the next level. But the mirrored energy is a sense of powerlessness and passivity. So under these themes that you have over here, you have this magic and playfulness, and the key might be a little bit of cheeky fun or spiciness or just cutting loose. Like, people could seriously end up flying off to Vegas to get married under this overall theme, but no one is the instigator in these cards over here. They might be saying that as long as you're both waiting for the other to suggest it, you'll both be waiting for infinity. So someone has to take the lead, and it doesn't necessarily demand that it be you. So if that's absolutely impossible for you, you can still wake things up with this playful, sensuous pan energy and letting some spontaneity work its magic. So that's what I have for you, Libra. This is a really cool way to start the year. Much love, and I'll talk to you next month. Thank you.